We've enjoyed our G87 M2 so far, but now it's time to take it to the next level. The vision we've always had in our head is not only to make this visually look like what an M2 CSL could be, but also drive like one. And the first step in that journey is to fit a whole host of OEM CSL parts from the M4. Being lucky enough to own an M4 CSL, I've really enjoyed the way it drives, and I'm trying to replicate this on the M2 because they share a lot of the same parts. So let's take a look at what we're going to fit. We have the front hubs, which will adjust the camber on the front to make it more aggressive. Over here we have engine mounts and gearbox mounts. So these are going to be stiffer than the stock ones, and what that means is the heaviest parts of the car are not moving around as much when the weight transfer is happening. And you can really notice the difference on the M4 CSL. We have stiffer anti-roll bars, front and rear. We also have the strut brace from the M4 CSL, which you guys will be familiar with. And we're going to finish that off with a set of spherical rear arms. The CSL does have a different set of arms, but these were half the price of the OEM ones. So if we're going to be offering this as a package, we thought we'd try something slightly different. To finish all of this off, we're going to do the alignment from the M4 CSL, and we're also going to load all the M4 CSL software in here in terms of traction, steering, and the transmission software. These parts have been sitting on the shelf for quite a while now, but I'm really intrigued to see if we can make this drive like an M4 CSL. So I'm going to hand it over to the guys. They're going to get all the parts on the car, and I'll join you on the road. proof is in the pudding, as they say. So let's see if we've succeeded in making this M2 feel like a CSL. And yeah, you can tell the differences in the software, because the MDM just allows that little bit more slip. It's more aggressive but still playful. I can feel the suspension changes, especially in the camber in the front. The CSL tracks the road quite a lot, but not in a bad way, so you can really feel what's going on. Turn-in's really sharp. The steering feels a lot better, and that's one of the main things I really like in the M4 CSL. It's just that much sharper than the G80. When you jump from a CSL into a normal G80, it feels slightly pedestrian in the way it responds. This is a lot more lively now, and because of the stiffer engine mounts and gearbox mounts, I can feel the difference in the transmission. So we have loaded the CSL software in to the steering, the traction and the gearbox. The changes are a lot crisper, and because the transmission mount has been changed, it just feels like it's more aggressive. And in combination with the MSS, it does feel like that black car that we fitted the MSS to, the M4 CSL. And although the anti-roll bars, we couldn't really see a huge difference in them looking at them visually, the car is a hell of a lot flatter through the corners, and I think it's just all those little changes incrementally add to the experience, and that's what makes the M4 CSL special. Do you know what this needs though? It just needs a little bit more power to make it a little bit spicier. I did say that this was enough power for the road, but because the CSL has that extra bit of power over the normal G series, it just puts you on edge a little bit more, and you have to really watch how you're driving the car. But I'm really happy with this. This is a lot of fun. So this car is on Cup 2s, our CSL is on PS4S, but in terms of feel, this feels very much like an M4 CSL. It's difficult to quantify it. I have driven them back to back, and there's a very slight difference, and I don't know whether that's because this car's got a slightly shorter wheelbase, so it actually feels slightly sprightly compared to the M4 CSL. I'm just going to head over to another road that I like using, and I'll join you over there. The best way I can describe it is that everything is enhanced, and as we've used mainly OEM parts from the CSL, retrofitted them to this, I can only imagine that the BMW M2 CS or CSL, whichever one they decide to make, will feel a lot like this. Obviously we have changed the springs and put the MSS hybrid on. That's only because I've been so impressed with that kit, not only on our touring but also on our friend's M4 CSL that we fitted them to and reviewed recently. If you haven't checked that video out, you can see what my opinion was on that. So it just makes the car slightly more compliant, and I think gives it a bit more grip. But overall I'm really impressed with how this car now handles. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just been enhanced in every little aspect. I think that's what BMW are really good at with the special versions. There's loads of small incremental differences that just add up to a great feeling car. And we've still got some more changes to make on this. We can do lighter weight wheels, we can do a lightweight battery, so we can try and strip some weight from this, and we do have some carbon fiber parts to go on also to complete our initial build of this car, which you can probably guess where it's going. We did the same with our F87 M2 and made a GTS, so the likelihood is this is going to be my take on an M2 CS or CSL. In terms of normal ride quality, it's fantastic. The CSL is a little bit stiffer than the normal G87 M4, but it's perfectly acceptable as a daily. And this is the same, but with the MSS springs, it just has that slight added bit of compliancy. And the thing I love about these cars is they have dual personality. I was in manual mode, fastest shift settings, everything turned up to max. Now I'm in D, in the lowest shift setting, it's in comfort, and it's just cruising along. It really does have the best of both worlds. As you can tell, I am having a lot of fun in this. If you're wondering why I'm being thrown around a lot, is that this road is literally the worst road around here. And even though I said because of the increased camber, the car does follow the little divots and everything in the road, is perfectly manageable. Looking forward to getting this out on track when I can. The weather's not looking good for it in the UK over the next couple of months, but we'll monitor that and see how we get on. Yeah, all it needs now is a little bit more sound, a little bit more power. We'll sort the looks out, but I'm really happy with the way it feels now. And it is very, very close to the M4 CSL. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please remember to smash that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you want to join the conversation, please drop a comment below and we'll try our best to respond to you. If you want to watch more of this project, you can do so over here. If you want to watch what YouTube thinks you might like from our other content, you can do so over here.